I've got a problem. I keep taking the mick out of my son because he loves shoes. I think I've got more than he has. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through what shoes I've got and the ones that I like, the ones that I don't like, and I'll tell you why. I'll go through the road shoes first, so I'll put the actual time on so you can fast forward to the fell shoes if you want. So what I'll do is I'll start with the Pegasus 35s. Now these are absolutely bulletproof. I had two pairs, both of them have got 1,000 miles on them at least. A little bit of wear on the tread, as you can probably see, hopefully. But the uppers, there's not a mark on them apart from the mud. Yeah, like I said, I've done exactly 1,000 miles running in those ones, and those ones, they're wrecked. But I've not running them for 10 months, and that's the shoe I do the majority of my road miles in. I have got the 36s. The tread pattern's the same, the wear seems to be exactly the same. I've only done just over 400 miles in these. Whether or not you can actually tell, there's still quite a lot of tread left on those, which is good really. The uppers are a lot different. The tongue, for a start, is a lot less padded. Don't know if you can see that. And the actual upper material itself is a lot thinner. Probably a little bit more breathable. Now, it's got the Night Zoom sole, but it feels a little bit firmer to me. Whether it is, I'm not sure, but I would suggest that that's probably a little bit more firm than that one. Whether it's just the amount of mileage that we've done, that's possibly part of it. But yeah. So we've also got the Flyknit with the React sole. So I did the Edinburgh Marathon in that one. It's really good. But I did buy the Zoom Fly 3, which is the updated version of that one. I don't like it. The upper itself, the sole's nice. It's a lot softer than the other shoes I've got, which you'll probably notice. But the upper is just, I have to pull it that tight that I can't actually get a good fit. And it just makes it uncomfortable. You can feel yourself sliding around whenever you're going around a bend. You just can't secure your foot. So not a good update. I would much prefer that one. Now, the other one that I do, these you'll not get anywhere now. This is the Nike Zoom Elite 6. This I got in 2014. I bought it and ran my marathon PR in that shoe at 2 hours 55. So it hadn't done very far, and because I'd had a little time off running, it's just been sat in the cupboard. So I use these now for all my treadmill miles. So I put nearly 500 mile on them, and with it being treadmill miles, they don't look any different really. The shoe itself just looks like it's come out the box still. Even the tread is still all there. So that is what I do the majority of my treadmill miles in, which at the moment is quite a lot of mileage. And now these, I don't know if I'll ever get to wear. Bought them this year, and it's the Nike AlphaFly. I'd love to tell you what they're like, but I don't have a clue because I've not worn them yet. I had bought them because we were supposed to be doing the Great North Run and the London Marathon this year, but obviously they've both been cancelled, so they've not had even any training miles on them yet. So thought if I was going for a marathon PR this year, that I'd do whatever I could, and stretched the budget quite a long way to get a couple of pairs of those. My son got a pair as well. Yeah, so what I'm going to do with those I don't know, because obviously next year the plan is to do a couple of ultras, and they're going to be mountain ultras. So whether or not we keep those or sell them on, or what we could do is do a few time trials in them and video those and bring those videos for you, and then give you a review on them after that. But as of yet, I haven't decided. So if you want to put in the comments what you'd like us to do with them, apart from give them away, then yes, we might be able to review them if we decide to wear them. So I'll get them all packed up. Yeah, nice little bag with it, although very white, which the state of my shoes is probably not the best colour in the world. Put those away and keep them nice and safe. Take them back up later. So onto the fell shoes. The first fell shoes that I got were the mudclaw 300s, and what I would say is if I was going to get another pair, I'd go half a size bigger, because they are a little tight. I'm constantly banging my toes at the front of the shoe whenever I'm coming downhill, so they can get a little uncomfortable. Apart from that, there's not much you'd be unhappy with. I've done just over 300 miles in these now. The lugs have worn down a little, but they're that big on there anyway that you wouldn't really have a problem with it. The uppers withstood quite a lot. Some of the branding's come off a little, and the sole is very thin, and there is a lot of ground feel in there, so probably not the most appropriate shoe for a very sharp rocky trail. Yeah, but plenty of grip, and if you're on the fell, yeah, a lovely shoe to wear. Really quite lightweight, and like I said, plenty of ground feel as well. One of the overlays has come unstitched just a little bit there, but doesn't cause any other problem with the actual shoe itself. Yeah, lovely little shoe, and would really recommend it, but as I say, go half a size bigger. Hoka Speedgoat 2. I wouldn't necessarily buy another pair. The only thing that they're really good for is, I'd say, flat, firm trails. On the fell, I've used them once and was forever falling over. There's Bella. Come here, boss. Come here, Bella. Have a sit down. Yeah. So was forever falling on my backside in these, and it was only ever used them once on the fell. They were no good. I did use them for the second part of the lakes in a day, but they were quite a big road section. Come on. It was quite a big road section, and there wasn't much other than firm pack trails after that first bit. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying a pair of them if you're going up and down hills. Now, these, the Hoka Torrent, they're the shoe that I go for all the time, but whether I like them, I'm not entirely sure. I must do, but I couldn't exactly tell you why. They have the same problem as the Zoom Fly, in the fact that the upper seems to have stretched, and you have to really pull it tight to get any kind of fit. They do drain very well. They do dry out quite quickly. I had a problem with the inner sole, so that's actually super glued in there now, because it just kept riding around and moving around while we were out for his run. Don't know why I didn't use those for the second half of the race, because they are really well padded, they're really comfortable, and like I said, they do dry well, and they are my go-to shoe the majority of the time. So why I don't know whether I like them or not is, I couldn't tell you. But yeah, will I get the new pair, the 2s? I don't know. Apparently the upper on those doesn't stretch quite as much, so you can probably get a little bit of a better fit, but whether it drains as well as this one, I don't know. So we'll have to see whether or not we decide to actually get a pair of those. Now, the last pair that I have are the cleanest pair. These are the VJ Extremes. So, like the mudclaw, they have a really aggressive tread pattern, and these are the shoe that I did the first half of Lakes in a Day in. Love them, absolutely love them. Only done 57 miles in them, and 30 of those were for the race. They're really good on rock, on the mud, really sticky rubber, really quite lightweight. They have got a rock plate in there as well, so even if there's some sharp rocks and things on the actual trail, then it doesn't actually make that much difference. They're still really rather comfortable. Like I said, they are lightweight as well, and they are generally my race shoe, which is why they've not got that much mileage on, and they're still quite clean. Everything else is basically what I use for training. And that is all the shoes that I have, which is quite a lot really, I suppose, just as a general shoe rotation. I'm sure people have got much bigger collections. If you've got any suggestions on what I could try or what you prefer, then put that in the comments for me, and we'll probably have a look and see if we can get a pair and get them tried out. What we do about the actual AlphaFly, I'll let you know whether or not we're going to do a time trial in those. We are going to do the marathon at some point, but I think with us doing a couple of ultras next year, I think if we defer in that place, then I think it's going to be 2022 we actually do the London Marathon. But we have got Great North, the Great North Run. We've deferred that place till next year as well, so we might keep them for that and see how we go with them. But I think we've done a decent run through of what I'm using, what I would get, what I wouldn't get. But yeah, thanks for watching, and please subscribe again for us, and like this video, and if you've got any suggestions on how we can improve or what else you'd like to see, then just let us know, and we'll probably do a kit review of what I used for my last Ultra for one of the next videos, and we'll try and put the fell run I did the other day. I've got that recorded, just waiting to get that edited, so we'll do that, and I'll get it all posted as soon as I can. Follow on for more of the journey.